Alright, what's going on guys? It's GSR here. So basically I wanted to talk to you guys today about who I think has like the strongest variations or variation in Mortal Kombat 11. This is me just giving my honest opinion about who I think has like, the strongest variation obviously. This isn't a tier list. I don't really fuck with tier lists because I've seen certain people's tier lists and it was very inaccurate and I think some of it was kind of biased. And that's just my opinion. Now, there are quite a few characters that I'm going to pick, obviously pick out, and, you guys can disagree if you want. It doesn't really matter to me. At the end of the day, just a video game, whatever, right? So with that being said, let's just get started on this. Alright guys, so the first character I'm going to talk about, and the variation that I'm going to talk about is Cetrion and her, what is this shit called again? Spring cleaning variation, right? She gets a really quick teleport, and that's ridiculous in itself because she already has really strong zoning, good pushback, good dot damage. She has a really good crushing blow on her little boulder move where she could throw it directly into the air. And get a crushing blow on you and knock you far away, and she gets like 30-something% damage, which is fucking ridiculous. She has good buttons. She can play footsies pretty well with the opponent, create good mind games at close range. Good walk speed, some of the best walk speed, some of the best backdashing and forward dashing in the game. Very solid character, very strong. This geyser move is, a mid, obviously has crushing blow on it as well. She's just a very dangerous character overall, man. A lot of her projectiles happen to be mids. And she has really good pushback and block stun and dot damage on them. And that teleport is very annoying, like very annoying. The fact that she can literally punish you from far away, teleport, knock you down, and continue her game from there, or she can stay away from you as much as possible. It's ridiculous. Character is like unbelievably fucking strong. So this is the variation I think that makes her like really strong overall, and that's just my opinion, right? Not too much to add here. You guys kind of get the idea here with Cetrion. Bitch is crazy, right? Now this is kind of like a toss-up a little bit. Because I still feel like Geras is S tier, mainly with this variation right here that I think is called New Era. Yeah, right here, right? Reason why I believe that is because the character has really good mix-ups. Even though they nerfed him, he is still unbelievably strong in this game. And this variation is proof of it. He has access to his Titan tackle in this variation, where he can obviously, tick throw you mid-screen, and when he tick throws you mid-screen, he pretty much won the footsie war because he just carried your ass directly to the corner. Then he has access to a crushing blow on it. He has good setups, good zoning, good mix-ups, solid crushing blows that are unbelievably high, good combo damage as well, just good shit overall. Then his throws leave you unbelievably close to this nigga. Then he has like really good range on his fatal blow, crazy as hell. And the thing about Cetrion is like she can, throw out her fatal blow anywhere on the screen, right? So just keep that shit in mind, right? But Geras, I think, is still technically a strong character in this game, mainly with this variation. I don't know why I haven't seen any Geras players like that recently. I don't know what the hell the deal is with that, but he is still like really strong in this game. His stepping it back move is really good because he can make himself plus on block to where he can whiff punish the opponent, or he can physically attack the opponent and stuff like that. So, keep that in mind. Yeah, overall, Geras is still a really solid character. He's still a pretty strong character in this game, especially if you know what you're doing with this character. He can fuck your shit up very easily. He has a pretty strong reset too, especially if you don't know anything about it. He can get like a free crush and blow on you very easily if you don't know what's going on. Just a very strong character, just overall, right? So that's pretty much Geras and Cetrion. The next character on my list is Liu Kang. Liu Kang and his, I'm just going to call this LQ variation. What makes this variation strong, I think, is the fact that he has access to a low fireball that complements his high fireballs, and the fact that he can cover a huge portion of the area on the stage by jumping into the air, hitting you with a fireball, and then getting a crushing blow that way with his flying dragon kick. The low fireball complements his high fireball when he's standing up on the ground. And it's just, he gets really annoying with his zoning, and his zoning makes up for the lack of range he has access to on his normals. But when you finally get in, well, this is when shit gets real spicy. Reason why is because the character wants you to be close to him, because that's where he wants to be. His crushing blows are highly effective, very brain dead, super easy to get out. His combo damage is really good. So if he gets like 23 or 22 or 21% and he does it again, he gets like 40 something percent. And if you break out too early, well, you just allowed this nigga to hit you with plus frames, a mid situation. And he has really good corner carry with his bicycle kicks. He can carry himself out the corner very easily. His parry is strong as fuck. He can get like a 30-something% combo on you very easily. When you wake up with an up 2 or up 3, this dude can destroy a defensive bar and an offensive bar that you have, and you cannot break out that combo, and he gets like 50-something%, almost 60-something%, especially if he has access to his crushing blow on like his bicycle kicks. It's just a really, really scary situation to be in. He has good plus frames, good buttons, good frame data, good staggers. He has a crushing blow on both of his throws, his forward throw, his back throw. His throws are highly effective and complement his variation. He can kick you from far away with his forward throw, start his zoning game from there. He can hit you with his back throw, and you're really close to him. And you're obviously going to wake up with an up 2 and up 3, because it's a gamble, because if you fuck up, I'm going to fuck your shit up, right? And, he can hit you with plus frames. He can, fuck your shit up just in general, man. Like, I mean, this dude in this variation is strong as fuck. His stance, I mean, you're mainly going to go for his low, mainly, but if the opponent keeps respecting the low because they're anticipating that, you could hit the opponent with, like, the really quick mid-overhead mid string that he has access to, and that'll get them to think about something. His Chinese warrior string is really strong because he can create a really good mind game off of it. Despite the fact that he has a lot of falls by gaps, if he cancels into his low fireball or like his Shaolin stance, he can still create a really good mind game off of that. He can stagger it and throw you really well. Just a lot of good shit, man. Like a lot of good shit with Liu Kang in this variation right here. So that's pretty much everything about Liu Kang that I wanted to talk about. Now, another character that I think is strong in this game is this nigga. I love Cabal, but nigga, I'm about to expose you, right? Anybody can do well with this character. He has no flaws by gaps is what I'm pretty much going at. He has a shit ton of mids. Has good spacing on certain normals and certain combo strings he has access to, especially in this variation right here, which is his mean streak variation, is the one that I'm talking about. This is what I think makes him really strong in this game. And not only that, his dash cancel, aka his nomad dash cancel, back in MK9, that nigga shit was crazy. I remember mastering it, and it was just unbelievably strong, right? And in this game, it's still good because he gets really good plus frames, especially if he spaces you out with his forward 2 or his back 1. He gets really good plus frames to where he can whiff punish you and bait you to press a button, or he can pressure you afterwards and create a mid and throwing situation with his forward 4, which starts up at 9 frames. He has highly effective crushing blows, and he has one on his throw, his back throw, which is ridiculous, right? His back throw leaves you really close to him. His forward throw, he can throw you away and start zoning you with like a low. Then he has a high one as well. It's just, I mean, this dude is strong as shit in this variation. A character that has no flaws whatsoever, not unless he goes for his low or he whiffs something that's crazy as hell. Or if he's really minus 1 block for going for like his little hook slam or whatever, where he gets like a crushing blow on you and it's a pop-up. I mean, this dude literally has a fucking teleport for a fatal blow. I mean, how can you not put him as a really strong character? Like, this character is brain dead as shit. Like, he's stronger than a motherfucker in this game because of this variation. And even without this variation, I still think he's strong. But this variation mainly is what makes him really strong in this game. Just a fucking annoying character just in general. Because, like, you're trying to neutral crouch or you're trying to flawless block him and you can't do it. It's crazy as hell, like, how good he actually is with this variation. So don't feel discouraged if you get your ass whooped by a Cabal player. I mean, you're going against a character that has no flaws, nigga. like nigga has no flaws by gaps either, so don't even feel bad. So that's just my opinion on Cabal. And now we're gonna move up to I think like the last 3 characters. So Jackie Briggs, yeah, both of these variations are very strong. So this variation, what is this? Is this the one with the lethal clinch? Yeah, it is. Her first round KO variation is very strong, right? And I'm talking about very strong. She has the ability to cancel meterously, and she gets like really good pressure on you. She has access to like a 50-50. If she gets you in the corner, man, I feel bad for you, especially if you're going to get a very experienced Jackie Briggs player that knows how to fight and shit. She has good frame data, good buttons to a certain degree. She is a really, really powerful pressure character. And when she cancels, it doesn't require her to use a bar meter, which is ridiculous. It should cost her a defensive bar to do the shit that she's doing, right? She has like a high mid type of mind game with like her back 2-2 and her back forward 2. So you might want to watch out from that, because if you fuck up, she could put you directly into a combo with her back 2. If she catches you off guard, she can hit from that into a full combo punish. And when she gets you into the corner, that's when Jackie Briggs really shines, because she can hit you with plus frames, she can hit you and mix your shit up, and she can continuously pressure you, and she's just really dangerous. Her crushing blows are pretty good. You know, she just has a lot of good shit, man. Just a lot of good shit just in general. When it comes to this variation, she has a 50-50 in the air. She has the ability to go directly for a ground pound, which is that ability up there. And then she has this enhanced air blast where it allows her to go for her standing 1 or her standing 2, which happens to be an overhead. So she jumps into the air like LeBron James, pretty much, and she can hit you with like a 50-50 situation, right? And you have to guess on that, right? Now, I think the best option to do is just to block low, and when you see her go for the mid, which is that enhanced air blast, you're still going to have to guess on the low and the overhead, right? Now, you do have ways of getting out of it, but if she makes correct reads, knowing that you're going to press a button, she can amplify her enhanced air blast like twice in a row, or she can delay her hit and fuck your shit up, and she just has really good pressure in the air, nigga, which is fucking nuts. So she's still really good in this, and then on top of that, you can't break out of her combo, not unless she pops you up into the air for a combo. So what I like to call that is a special combo, where you can't necessarily break out of it, and she gets like an easy 30-something% damage, and she could easily reset your shit very easily with a throw in a mid situation and loop it all over again. You know, she's just really strong, man. Both of these variations right here, her first round KO and her upgraded, bro. Yeah, this bitch upgraded, all right. Like, hey, trust me, nigga. You go against a very experienced Jackie Briggs player, bro, you better know what the fuck you doing. That's all I got to tell you, because she's a really strong character, man. That's why people pick this character, is because when they see high-level players pick this character, bro, there's a reason why they picked her, because she's really strong in this game. And people start picking her up mainly with this variation and shit like that, and you start seeing a little bit more Jackie Briggs players now all of a sudden, right? So yeah, her first round KO and her upgraded variation is definitely really strong. That's everything about Jackie Briggs pretty much that I wanted to talk about. And now we're on like the last 2 characters, and then I'm going to mention you know, some honorable mentions that I think are technically underrated, and they're somewhat S tier, and I'm not gonna say S tier. I'm gonna say strong. That's what I'm gonna say. Because I don't want you guys thinking that I'm trying to make a full-fledged tier list or some shit like that. Because I'm you know, no, I don't fuck with that tier list bullshit. So let's just continue on. Alright guys, so I have Joker as another strong character because of his Ace of Knaves. I think this is his strongest variation, at least in my opinion. This character is very strong with this variation because he has good buttons, good range on his forward 2, his down 4. He has 50-50s. He has a birdie beatdown in his variation that gives him a good crushing blow. He has really good crushing blows. His fatal blow when he goes for his forward 1-4 2 string is just dumb as hell. I made a video talking about it multiple times. He's a very powerful character in this game, mainly with this variation because he has good setups, good mind games. He can put you in frame traps very easily. Just a lot of good shit for Joker. Like, this is definitely the best Joker that they've ever made, hands down. So nobody can deny that. This is hands down the best Joker. So he's definitely strong as fuck in this game, mainly with this variation. He has good crushing blows, good damage. Especially when he gets you in the corner, man. I mean, that's when shit gets real, because now you're in his house. He could do a setup mid-screen as well. He has zoning in this variation as well. So, I mean, he has, like, everything mainly, except for, like, a teleport and a parry, but he doesn't really need it because he's, like, really fucking strong. He just has a lot of good setups that he can do in this variation. Good plus frames. Just, like, damn, they made him strong as shit in this game. That's all I really want to talk about with this character. He's really good. Like, he's really good in this game. Like, really fucking good. Now, the last character I want to talk about, I know for a fact some people are probably going to feel some type of way about this, but we got to talk about it. Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage and his outtake variation is the one that I want to talk about. He has good zoning. He got good pushback on his zoning, good block damage, or aka chip damage. He got good damage on this. If you jump into the air, Johnny Cage can take it upon himself to use a barometer with his high force ball or his low force ball. He can get an anti-air combo on you very easily. He can hit you with a shadow kick and knock you far away and start this cycle all over again. He has good frame data, good recovery on his standing 2, his standing 1, pretty good staggers to help his offense game out because he is playing the game's meta, unlike a good majority of the characters in the game. His plus frames are really good, mainly with his 1-2-4 string. His pressure is really good because he is a pressure character. He is hands down one of the best footsie characters in the game, at least in my opinion. He has good damage, mainly in the corner. You know, he can go for a nut punch, which restands you, which is really good because he doesn't have to deal with your bullshit ass defensive options. You know, his rising star is 9 frames, but he has to use a bar meter to make himself safe, so I don't really have an issue with his rising star like that, except for the fact that they should have put a flawless block gap in it. That's just my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I just don't understand why they made it to where he lost a defensive bar. That doesn't make sense because he can still make himself safe to where he can go for an Abari, or he can backdash and whip punish you very easily, so that's kind of confusing. His fatal blow, now that's one thing I didn't talk about completely with the Joker. When it comes to Johnny Cage's fatal blow and Joker's fatal blow, Joker's fatal blow is a lot stronger because when Joker cancels his fatal blow, he has the ability to hit you with a mid situation and a crushing blow that happens to be his 4th throw. So you have to make a very difficult read here knowing what he's going to do. And if he has access to his birdie beatdown, he can hit you with his back 4-2, aka his birdie beatdown, and he gets like 30-something% on you very easily. So that's another thing I forgot to add. So I think Joker's cancel fatal blow is a lot stronger than Johnny Cage's. That's just my opinion. But Johnny Cage can actually cancel his fatal blow for more pressure. He can actually extend his combos off of certain shit like his forward 4, his forward 3-4-4, his 2-4-4, his back 3-4 string, his 1-2 string, his 4-2-1 string. You guys get the idea with that. Not only that, if he hits the opponent in the air, he can actually cancel and get a little bit more damage on the opponent very easily. Overall, like I said, he has good pressure. That's the reason why I said they should make it to where it's a true high to where you can actually neutral crouch it, and then you can uppercut Johnny Cage and get a full combo punish if you don't have access to your uppercut crushing blow. And that balances it out because if I know for a fact you're going to sit there and neutral crouch my high, I can hit you with a nut punch. Now, if you block my nut punch, it's minus 14 on block. And for certain characters like Geras with his 4-2 that starts at 11 frames, he can get a crushing blow on Johnny Cage. So this would balance it out and make it a little bit more fair. But overall, Johnny Cage is definitely a really strong character in this variation. He has good zoning, good pressure, good buttons, good frame data, good damage, good restand situations. You know, I'm not going to be biased here and lie, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like certain people were complaining about certain shit that just didn't make any sense. There was a dude on YouTube talking about he shouldn't have a 9-frame mid, which what I have to say to you is you're full of shit. Not only that, this was the same guy that was complaining about a shadow kick, which was bullshit, because Sub-Zero has an 11-frame slide that goes under high projectiles. He can knock you down and then dash up and go for an Oki, or he can switch sides with you and get a easy 31-something% damage crushing blow, which is bullshit, right? What else is there? You know, also another complaint that I heard was that, oh, Johnny Cage has really good staggers. So what? There's other characters in this game that have really good staggers, so what the fuck are you complaining about? And then there was another complaint where people were talking about Johnny Cage has a down 1 into a nut punch that guarantees him a restand or a full combo punch. There are characters in this game like Kung Lao, Raiden, Shao Kahn, Frost that can actually do the same shit that Johnny Cage can actually do, and they can get a combo on you just by going for a down 1 and canceling into their special move that pops you up into the air for a combo, or it freezes you. Right? So that's an excuse. I don't want to hear that. I don't know why people were complaining about that. That's completely bullshit and biased as hell. That is very inaccurate, and you're lying to your audience, and I don't fucking appreciate it. So that's just how I fucking feel about that. And some of you guys probably know who the fuck I'm talking about. So when it comes to his 9-frame mid, he has to use a bar meter to make himself safe. So I don't even know why people are complaining about, oh, he shouldn't have a 9-frame mid. Dude, there's characters that have a 9-frame mid that doesn't cost them a bar meter whatsoever. And that shit is strong as fuck. Cassie Cage, Jax, Liu Kang, Cabal, but nobody talks about them, but they want to jump on Johnny Cage and try to nerf his ass down to the ground. Get the fuck out of here. I'm on your ass. So don't even get it twisted, because there's war around this motherfucker. If you're gonna lie like that and be completely biased, then I'm not with it. I'm all about fair and balanced shit, but don't fucking sit there and try to fuck Johnny Cage up when he's playing the game's meta, unlike a huge majority of the characters in the fucking game. So don't play me like that. So it is what it is. Now, people can say that I'm downplaying Johnny Cage all you want, but I'm being completely fair here. I don't mind Johnny Cage's 1-2-4 string, his 3-4 up 3 string, or up, string to be where the last hit is a high, and you can make it to where the opponent can neutral crouch and call it a day. You can make his rising star to where he has a flawless black gap in it. I don't have a problem with that. You can make his startup time on his low force ball and his high force ball make the startup time a little bit slower to make it a little bit more fair, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But when you try to attack certain things that are just completely bullshit without even analyzing the particular situation and looking at other characters and be like, okay, well maybe these characters have this too. So I don't want to sit there and say that. Like, that's bullshit. Shao Kahn has a +6 situation that has a flawless black gap in it. Or you could put a flawless black gap in it. It doesn't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Shao Kahn can stagger a standing 1 really well, even though he struggles, but I'm just putting him out there, and he can actually grab you. Kung Lao can do the same shit. So it's like, I don't like it when people say shit like that, man. It's completely bullshit. But overall, I do think Johnny Cage's outtake variation is really strong. I just had to get that off my chest because I've seen certain people's YouTube channels and a certain guy's YouTube channel where he was just on Johnny Cage's ass as if he was just the most overpowered character in the game or some shit like that. And I'm just like, dude, come on now. Come on now. Now, Johnny Cage has a good down 4, and the reason why he has a down 4 that's that good is because he has a shit ton of highs. So the opponent's already going to block low because they know for a fact you're probably going to go for a down 4. So what does that mean exactly, ladies and gentlemen? Or mostly gentlemen? That means that Johnny Cage can go for his best strings, which is normally highs, which is his standing 2-4-4 string and his 1-2-4 string, and he can stagger and do all that extra goody-goody two-su type shit. And he can grab you, right? Now when he's mid-screen, he has a high mid-mind game with his 4-3, 4-4 string and his 4-4 4 string, right? So that's the mind game right there. Then he has a really good back 3-4 string that allows him to whiff punish you. He can go for a shimmy and catch you off guard. He can actually use this back 3 because I think this is his best far-reaching normal is his back 3, and he can, if Sub-Zero was to space out like his back 1, right, and just regularly back up, Johnny Cage could take it upon himself to, you know, hit Sub-Zero with a back 3-4 string. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to show you guys that shit right now. So I can show you guys a clear example of why I think this is Johnny Cage's best far-reaching normal, right? But to complain about someone going for a down 1 into a nut punch, that's bullshit. Complaining about a stagger, that's bullshit. Complaining about his 9-frame mid, that's bullshit. Complaining about certain shit that is kind of dumb is just completely bullshit. Johnny Cage and his other variations, and this variation right here, these two right here, in general, he has major whiffing issues. On certain male characters, a good portion of female characters in this game, except for Sindel and Jade. And I just don't want to hear that fucking excuse. Then he has 2 crushing blows in this variation, and this variation, and this variation that are useless. Like, this one right here is the one where he has a crushing blow as a parry, and I think they need to change that crushing blow to make it where, like, you know, he could do it just like Liu Kang, where if you wake up and shit like that, he can get a crushing blow on you, or you can make it just like Jay's, where he has to amplify it twice in a row in order to get a crushing blow. And I do believe his 4-4-3 string, instead of it being to where, you know, he has to whiff the first hit, I believe you should make it to where it should be a counter/punish on the opponent, and that would be perfectly fine with me. I wouldn't have an issue with that whatsoever. He doesn't need a crushing blow on his throws whatsoever because he doesn't need it. He don't need it like other characters do in this game, especially the brain dead 50-50 characters in this game, right? But anyway, let me what was I about to show you guys? Because I'm starting to black out, man, and getting angry because it's kind of like they're attacking certain shit on this character that's fucked up, and I don't fucking appreciate it. So I'm gonna pick this character, and then I'm going to pick Sub-Zero. That's right, Sub-Zero. Because I fucking forgot for a brief moment. So that shit had me tightening. I was getting pissed. So we're gonna go over here, and I'm gonna show you guys real quick what I mean by this, right? So yeah, overall, Johnny Cage is a pretty solid character, a really good character, especially when it comes to footsies. Are there certain things on Johnny Cage that could be fixed, such as whiffing issues and other things like that? Yes. But when it comes to fairness to a certain degree, I am all about balance at the end of the day. But the reason why I made those rants about Johnny Cage not being S tier is because they wasn't being completely realistic with their opinions. They were just kind of being biased and just attacking everything that Johnny Cage had, and I'm just like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, what is this? And that's why I made rants on this shit about Johnny Cage not being S tier, because I was trolling, but not only that, I was pissed. Not only that, I was being honest. I was just like, dude, you can't sit there and say that completely when you got characters that could do this and do that and this, and it, you know, and then, you know, niggas talking about stop downplaying Johnny Cage. Like, I'm not downplaying him. As you guys can clearly tell right now, I'm not downplaying him. I'm being fair. I'm fine with this nigga having a situation where you can neutral crouch that, and if you fuck up, I can hit you with a nut punch. If you block correctly, you get a punish on me. I don't have a problem with that because it's a high mid mind game, just like with his forward 3 and his forward 4, right? So let me go over here and show you guys this real quick because I'm getting sidetracked and I'm getting I'm starting to black out and getting angry, and I'm trying to be positive here. So when Sub-Zero spaces is out, I'm gonna back up a little bit and I'm gonna have him walk backwards just like this. If Johnny Cage was to block this, he can catch Sub-Zero backing up, and then he can hit Sub-Zero with whatever combo that he desires. You see that? And then, you know, obviously he might knock him far away, and then he can probably zone him and shit like that and do all this extra shit, and you know what I mean? And obviously the opponent's gonna want to come in because they don't want to get zoned out by Johnny Cage. Because if you're not trying to play footsies with Johnny Cage, right? Well, guess what, nigga? I'm gonna just keep doing this until you come in. And until you come in, I'm gonna just keep doing it. Since you want to play like a bitch and you don't want to fight, let's go. Let's go then. I got zoning the answer. I got answers for you, nigga. And that's pretty much what Johnny Cage actually has, right? Is answers, right? Especially if you're not trying to play footsies and shit. You're not trying to play that mid-range engagements and shit like that. So overall, I'm not being biased here whatsoever. I'm not downplaying him because niggas think that I'm downplaying the character when I'm not. I don't mind this character having a flawless bot gap in this. I don't mind this character having a situation to where you can neutral crouch that and you can whiff punish him and get a full combo punish and shit. Because if you look at his recovery, it's literally 29 frames. So that's enough time for majority of the characters in the game to punish this character for doing what he did. But if I know for a fact you're going to neutral crouch, I can hit you with a nut punch, which leads into a restand or a combo. So I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. Right? But my problem is that I see people on their YouTube channels kind of like bash this character completely, where they're complaining about a fucking stagger, a damn shadow kick. You know what I mean? Like, really? A down one into a nut punch? Like, what? That's your problem with the character? Really? Like, are you fucking serious? Like, dude, I swear, bro, it's dumb. But overall, I'm going to go back to the customized list or whatever the fuck they call this shit on here, and I'm going to speak about honorable mentions with you know, certain characters that I think are strong, but I'm not going to put them as strong like the characters that I just did. So with that being said, let's just get started on them. Alright guys, so I think Jax is right around stronger characters like you know, Johnny Cage and, you know, etc. I definitely think Jax is definitely a really strong character in this game. I don't think he's like strong like these niggas is, like right here and this nigga and this nigga and this nigga and this bitch right here and you know, obviously this bitch right here. No, I definitely think he is strong though. Like he definitely is a solid character. He is strong. He has good staggers, good crushing blows. He has access to a command throw that you got to watch out from. His heated up arms can add up with damage. He has good staggers. He can throw you very easily. He has like 3 crushing blows. There's like 2 of them, well, 3 of them that you can't even get out of. Like, for example, his 4-3-3 1+3 string. That's a crushing blow that you can't get out of. You can't break out of that shit whatsoever. When it comes to his forward throw, you can't break out of that either. And he gets like 33% if his arms are fully heated up. Not only that, when it comes to his back 2 crushing blow, he could charge that up and get a full combo punish on your ass very easily if you fuck up, right? Now, when it comes to his command throw, he gets like a 40-something% damage, and you can't even get out that shit. So, you know, Jax is a pretty solid character. He's pretty strong in this game, man. Like whether people want to believe it or not. Now, he's definitely an honorable mention, but I'm not going to put him up there with the other characters completely because he don't, I would. And what makes him strong, right, at least in my opinion, is the variation that you guys just saw right there, right? So let me go to it right now, right? This variation right here, hunker down. This variation is strong as fuck. I don't care what you're saying. You can be biased and talk about his damage is not that good, dude. If I was to make a full character analysis on this character, you're gonna see why his damage is not that high. Okay, because them crushing blows make up for that shit, and the fact that he's different from other characters. Let me explain why real quick. When he hits you with these multi-hitting overhead hits that he's doing to you, he hits you with a hard knockdown. But not only that, he has enough hit advantage to where he can whiff punish you very easily with his back 2 or whatever the hell he's trying to throw at you. But not only that, his arms are charging up, and that damage can add up. If you do 16 plus 16, nigga, that's good damage. But not only that, bro, he can stagger and throw you constantly. And 14 plus 14 is what? 28% damage. So that's really good fucking damage, right? But not only that, especially when he has access to his heated up arms, right? But the difference between Jax and characters that can pop you up into the air for a combo is the fact that Jax, you can't break out of his shit. You just can't, not unless he decides to pop you up into the air for a combo with an anti-air or his charged up back two, and or his uppercut, and that's pretty much it. When it comes to other characters like Sonya Blade and shit, you could break out of her combo. When it comes to Jax, you cannot. See the difference? I haven't even gotten started just yet, but I'm not going to go all day about this, but I definitely think this is Jax's best variation. This is why you see a lot of people use this variation, because it's very strong. Now, another honorable mention would have to be Sonya Blade. I don't know why people are sleeping on Sonya Blade's variation right here, which is called No Hands. I mean, no hands, excuse me. I'm fucking tired, but no holds barred. This variation is strong as fuck. Okay. I don't know why people are sleeping on this variation. She has a high mid mind game. I made a video talking about her string. She has a high mid mind game, but then on top of that, when you block wrong, she can put you into a combo or whatever and set up whatever the hell she's trying to do. But she has a high mid mind game that starts off first with her back one, I think it is, and her forward four, right? But then you still have to deal with the mix up with her back one because she could possibly stagger it, but not only that, she has access to an overhead low. Right, and I already explained it. You guys can look it up. I made a video saying, what was the title? It was who has the strongest string in Mortal Kombat 11, right? And she got some good shit. She has parries to where she can go through certain gaps, or mainly combo strings that have gaps in them without even having to flawless block, which is charging up her crushing blow for her standing parry or her low parry, and she gets really solid damage, and she's still really close to you. She has solid damage, really good crushing blows in the air, good meterless damage. Keep in mind, meterless damage. That gives her 33% damage and shit. Highly effective crushing blows. Character is still really strong in this game, and she's definitely an honorable mention. I might do a character guide on this character as well, because she's strong as shit. I don't know why people are sleeping on this character. I think ever since she got that nerf, people stopped fucking with her, but she's still really good in this game. I don't know why people are sleeping on this character, but they're making a mistake. That's all I'm going to say about that, right? Now, another character that I know some people are going to feel a little skeptical on and shit like that would have to be... Now, I know some people are going to feel some type of way about this, but I'm going to put Scarlet's ass as an honorable mention as well. I feel like Scarlet and her, what is this variation called? Where is it at? Heart Pierce variation. She has a teleport, she has a crushing blow, and I showed you guys what she can do if she goes for certain strings, like her 1-2-4 string and her 4-4-3 string, I think it is, where she can parry you if you try to go for your up 2 and up 3. Now, if your up 2 and up 3 is slow on startup, she could parry you very easily and take her turn right back. So it defeats the purpose of you up 2ing her and up 3ing her. I showed you guys clear examples of that with Nightwolf, right? Or another character, I think it was, right? She has access to a teleport, which is bullshit. She has fuck neutral tools, mainly with that back 4, right? That covers a huge area, right? She's dangerous, man. Like, she's dangerous. Like I don't think people understand Scarlet in this variation is dangerous. She has good zoning, good spacing. She can stagger a bit. She's safe at close range, which is bullshit because you're a zoner, but it is what it is. They buffed up her back too, which is bullshit. She didn't need that. She has meterless combos that are highly effective. You know, even when she hits you with an uppercut, she gets really good damage on you. She has a high mid mind game with her blood tentacle and her slow blood ball and her back 4-2 and shit like that, to where if you neutral crouch you get hit. If you block, she's plus, to where she can press another button. She has pretty good crushing blows and shit like that. So I definitely think Scarlet is strong in a way, mainly in this variation. But I'm not going to put her as strong, but she's definitely fucking annoying, hands down. She's definitely good with spacing, because her 4-2 has good range and it's a mid. So yeah, I mean, you know, she got some good shit, man. And the last character that I want to talk about, as an honorable mention, I would put Terminator there, but I don't think he's like, I mean, he's strong in a way, but not like the characters that I picked out, like Jax or Sonya Blade or, you know, Scarlet in a way. But, my girl Sindel, right? Sindel, and I think it's called her haircut move, or splitting hairs. Yeah, this variation is strong in a way, especially if you make good reads or not good reads, but good guesses. Because pretty much when you use a brain dead character like this, you turn your brain off. You don't have to think about shit. You just do it, and boom, you win the round, right? I showed online matches back in the past of me fucking this guy up with this character. Super easy. It was just easy work. It was just easy work because it's brain dead. Like the character's not really playing the game's meta. I mean, you can fuck somebody's shit up very easily with this character. She has pretty solid crushing blows, good 50-50s, really good damage, good corner carry. You know what I mean? She has some good shit here, and I think her strongest variation would have to be her splitting hairs. I don't know about this variation, though. I haven't really trained with this variation. I know for a fact some people wanted me to use Sindel. Now, if you guys want me to use Sindel again, just let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll probably train with her and learn her frame data and post up some online matches with this character if you want me to use this character again. Just let me know, right? But I definitely think her splitting hairs variation is pretty strong, especially when you make correct reads, because her whip and flip move, right, has access to a crushing blow. So if the opponent was to down one me after I go for my down one, or they try to uppercut me and shit like that, I could easily get a crushing blow that leads into a pop-up that gives me really big damage. She has some really good shit, like some really good shit. So overall, I think this is everything that I wanted to talk about. Let me know how you guys personally feel about this in the comment section down below. Was some of my information accurate? Was it inaccurate? Just let me know. We could probably have a conversation about it in the comment section down below. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have much to add here anymore, but this is my opinion of who I think is the strongest characters in the game when it comes to certain variations. As the honorable mentions, I put the characters as strong but not strong, nigga, like these characters like this, right? But these characters are strong. Like, don't get the shit twisted. They're strong. They can compete. You know, and this is just my opinion, right? At the end of the day, just a video game. Don't get all in your feelings and shit like that. Don't go all crazy and shit. I don't need all that. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Hopefully you guys are doing well out there. Stay safe, stay clean. You know, this coronavirus ain't shit to fuck with. COVID-19 in this bitch. No, hey, it's some serious shit. So hopefully you guys are being safe out there. With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.